Okay, so if you're like me, an avid Pokemon fan and Pokemon card collector, you must have seen this binder on AliExpress quite a lot. It's basically just a file-like binder with these uh, translucent, transparent sleeves, plastic sleeves, and then you get like a bunch of different variations of this cover. Um, At first glance, it seems like a real steel. I mean, it has a sleek design, lots of slots, and these are like really cheap. Like you can get them for as cheap as like $2 to $3, including shipping, which is like really tempting, especially for many of us in parts of the world where the Pokemon card hobby is already expensive, and the low cost of these binders can feel like a lifetime. uh, because good quality binders are rare and sometimes it's just really hard to justify the expenses. But if you're looking into like getting into the hobby seriously and collecting more expensive and rare cards, please do not buy this binder. Um, just invest in a proper binder, like a good quality binder. I'll get to this in a while. Because these cards, these card binders are really going to hurt your cards. Trust me. Uh, okay, so let me just get into the issues that I personally had with this specific binder. Actually, so here's problem number one: is the quality, right? Many of these binders are actually poorly stitched. So as you guys can see, I don't think they're even stitched. They're like staplered or something, or even glued. So yeah, over time the glue or the stitching or whatever they use just comes off. You'll end up like losing pages, so pages would just drop off, and then you're carrying your collection like this. Page or two will just slip, and you don't want that to happen to your cards. And then another issue I had is that these binders are made uh, very thin. As you can see, these are very thin binders. So what this means is that these binders aren't sturdy at all. So like as you can see here, right? When I hold it with one hand, you can already see the entire binder just flexing and warping. So what this does is that uh, depending on where you place your binder, so if it's not on like completely flat surface, it's like on top of another binder or pile of books, or if you're just carrying them in like two hands, your this would end up warping your cards, right? And that did happen to me. I don't have the cards with me right now, but yeah, your cards would be warped or bent out of shape. You definitely don't want that happening, especially if you have like really valuable cards. So that, in my opinion, is a big reason why I just went ahead and invested in a proper, good quality binder. And also another thing that, like, another issue with the whole binder thing is, as you guys can see, when you open it, uh, the top, these, I don't know what you call, I think it's called the spine, also flexes. So when you open your cards and the cards that are on the left side will end up flexing and bent out of shape. So yeah, there's that too. Another issue that I had was a lot of these sleeves or slots that you see in the cards are uneven. They're not symmetrical. So like one slot would fit the card perfectly, and another just wouldn't. Like would either be too small, and you'll have to really squeeze in the card, and you end up chapping the edges of the cards. And also, yes, another important thing: you cannot use card sleeves with this binder. They just do not fit. Even if you try to fit them, like it's a really tight squeeze, and you'll just end up damaging the card and the sleeve. So yeah, That's a huge reason why you should avoid this. So let me just show you a comparison on how these two actually look like. So, oh yeah, one more thing I forgot. These do not have a zipper. So when you hold your cards like this, if you hold them upside down, these are top loaders. Cards could slip out because there's no friction. Since they are just plastic sheets, there's no friction. So cards could just easily slip out. So yeah, that. So let me show what a premium, more expensive binder looks like. So one, it has a zipper. So this means that you could carry your cards anywhere you would like, and they would just slip out. Even if they did slip out, they would stay inside the binder and not on the damn floor. So yeah, there's that. So let's go ahead and open this. Yes. So as you guys can see, there is a significant difference in build quality. So you get this like soft touch Alcantara on the inside. Then the card sleeves are much built much better. So as you can guys, let me just show. So this is how a sleeve from a expensive, more premium binder looks like. You guys can see. These are my card collections. As you guys can see, I have some of these cards in with sleeves. They have deck sleeves and also transparent plastic sleeves. So they do fit in and they stay in place. And these are side loaders, so which means that the risk of them just popping off the top is unlikely. So compared to this sheet, compared to this, get this. Just yeah, the difference is just night and day. There is really no point in compare. Like, just look at this. I hold this. I hold this. This does not flex at all. This does. Now that's because this has a sturdy file like cardboard material. So yeah, there's that. So yeah, basically what I'm saying is, if you're like me and you're coming from global south or a developing world, buying, and if you're collecting cards, obviously, buying a cheap binder from AliExpress or anywhere can be really tempting. But trust me, you want to protect your card collection for a long time, because it may not just be a hobby. Some of you might be doing it as an investment, and trust me, you have to protect your investment or whatever, your hard and cash, right? So just skip the cheap AliExpress binders. Go get good binder. There are plenty of good brands out there. I think I'm not going to mention any names, but I think there are plenty of good brands out there. Just do your research. Go to a local card store. Maybe just instead of buying cards 1 month, just buy a binder. Really invest your money, put your cards in them. If your local stores are too expensive, tcgplayer.com actually has some pretty good deals. Surprisingly, I did not expect them to actually be more affordable than some of my local card stores here, but they are. So go ahead, do your research, get a good binder, and have fun collecting. Gotta catch 'em all.